What is going on, everyone? We're back again with another video. In today's video, we have all the WBC rosters together. Shout out to Sean on this one on Twitter. He's actually able to get all these graphics and put these teams together. And all the teams are pretty much off writers, the players themselves, saying they're going to commit and all that good stuff. So these are not the total official rosters. The official rosters will come out in February. But these are all the guys we know so far that are currently playing on all the teams, and we're going to go through all of them today. So let's get right into the video. The most well-known team we probably know is Team USA. We've obviously seen all the tweets and stuff from all, the guys that are saying they're going to commit and stuff like that. So here's the whole team. Obviously the outfield stacked, with Kyle Tucker, Trout, and Betts there. And then the infield looks pretty good with, Trey Turner, Nolan Arenado, Jeff McNeil, Goldschmidt. You also have Bobby Witt Jr. there, Alonso, Tim Anderson as well. You also got Kyle Schwarber and Cedric Mullins in the outfield. The people actually on each position is his opinion, for which he thinks is going to be the best roster. But yeah, all the players right here are the coming in. The bullpen looks absolutely crazy. Same with the rotation. I'm excited to see what Team USA does. We'll be rooting for them. And yeah, we got some good players on the squad. But let's go on to the next country. All right, here we got another contender right here for the Dominican Republic. Obviously, very good team. I mean, literally the best team I think we have, with Starling Marte, Julio Rodriguez, Juan Soto. I mean, look at all the hitters that are technically on the bench on this team. You got now Cruz there, you got Nelson Cruz. You got so many guys. You know what I'm saying? Kel Marte is a good shout. Yeah, the infield, Pena's on this team, Machado, Jose Ramirez, Vlad, Sandy Alcantara. You got Devers, Gary Sanchez. The pitching's really good on this team. So definitely one of the top contenders. I mean, his lineup's just stacked across the board. So we'll see who even is playing on the squad, because there's so many good players. I don't even know who's gonna be playing. Yeah, Dominican Republic looking really good this year. All right, next we got Team Japan. We don't know all the players on Japan yet, but this is a pretty good amount of players that we're seeing. And like we talked about, there's gonna be some guys that we noticed, like Otani's obviously on here. Hugh Darvish is on here. Seiyu Suzuki's in the outfield. Obviously all these guys are not in the MLB. They play in in the Japan League. But yeah, this team is gonna be very good, as they always are. They're currently ranked the #1 country in the world for baseball. So very excited to see this team and how they do. And look who's in center field, Lars Newbar from the Cardinals. So excited to see him out there as well. But yeah, so Japan looking really good right now. Next we got Team Venezuela up. Now we don't know everyone for this team, but we do have a good amount of pitchers that have committed. So I think we're gonna get more commits for this team very soon. And like I said, all the official rosters will come out in February. But so far we got pretty good information on this squad. And they're looking good. They got Altuve in this squad, Acuna in the outfield, Melky Cabrera, obviously, Salvador Perez. They got some good guys. They obviously got to get more commits, but Venezuela, I think, is going to have a good time. Their group's pretty hard, though, so, we'll see who else is going to commit. So next up, we got Korea. Now, Korea is, I think they're the #3 country in the world so far. So, look who's playing second base. Tommy Edman, though, so he's going to be committing. So, how it works is if, your family, or you have heritage from a certain country, you can play for them. So, that's kind of how he's playing on this team. It was the same with Lars Newbar on Japan. So, yeah, pretty interesting. But a lot of these guys obviously play in the Korean League. So, you're not going to know everyone, but we're going to know Tommy Edman and Chu Min Chu over there at first base. Probably butchered his name, but you know what I mean. So he's over there at first base, but Korea will probably be looking pretty good as well. Now we have Team Puerto Rico, obviously. So we're gonna know most of these guys. They obviously need some more hitters to commit. But so far, they got a pretty good amount of pitchers and stuff, and this team's looking pretty good. Eddie Rosario's up there. We got Kiki Hernandez. We obviously got the duo at second and short, and Lindor and Baez, Correa at third, Jose Barrios on the mound. I mean, this team's looking pretty good. Once again, they are in a hard group, so we'll see how they do overall. So next up, we got Team Mexico. They got a lot of pitchers to commit on this squad so far, and their team's looking pretty good. So we'll see how they do. They are in a pretty hard group, but a lot of these players are really good. So I'm glad Joey Mendez is actually playing first base, because that guy has a great story, so underrated. You got Kirk behind the plate, and then you got the duo at short and second base as well. And you got Alex Verdugo out in center, and then you got Randy in left. So this team's looking pretty good. They got a lot of pitchers, and there are a lot of good pitchers as well, like Taiwan Walker, Julio Urias. A lot of good guys on this squad. Luis Cesa's on here too from the Yankees. Ozuna on here. So interesting to see how this team does, but once again, the groups are very hard, so we'll go over the groups after in a minute. All right, so we got Team Cuba up next, and Team Cuba, I think they haven't had the best success in these World Baseball Classics, but we'll see what they can do this year. They got a lot of commits already, so this team, attentively will almost be done. But wait for the official one in February. Yeah, they're looking pretty good so far too. You know, they got Cespedes as their DH. You want Makata playing third. You got a couple guys we know like Luis Robert in the outfield, so looking pretty solid. The more guys that we get that, you know, lower it down, we'll get an exact roster. But yeah, this team's got a lot of players so far. So next up, we got the Netherlands. The best they've done, I think, is 4th in the World Baseball Classic. So excited to see what roster they're going to be putting together. They obviously got a lot of guys from the MLB over here, which is nice. You got Didi DeGoris on the bench as well. It's kind of funny, but yeah, this is a team that's going to need some more commits currently right now. But the team's not bad with Bogarts and Simmons and Scope, so you know, they're not looking terrible, but definitely need some more commits from the squad. A team with a lot of commits is Team Colombia right here. They're looking pretty solid. I'm excited to see how this squad actually turns out. India and stuff, and you know, they got Gio Urshela on the squad. And they've definitely got a lot of hitters to commit so far, but we'll see how this team does. A lot of pitchers as well. I don't know too many of these guys, but you know, we do have some guys that are in the MLB, like Jose Quintana still. The final roster, because they're not going to have all these pitchers, but be interesting to see who they get so far. Let's go to Team Canada now. They don't have that many commits yet, but they do have a couple, like Freddie Freeman and Tyler O'Neill. So a couple good guys. We know Josh Naylor, obviously. A couple good guys like that, and they got some pitchers as well. So going to be pretty interesting for Team Canada. They obviously need some more commits, but not a terrible team right now. Do I think Canada's going to do anything? Probably not, but I guess we'll wait and see. Next up, we got Team Italy. So excited to see Team Italy back in it again. They obviously got some good guys on here, like Trey Mancini's on here. You know what I'm saying? You know, we got Max Stassi on here as well from the Angels. Excited to see how, you know, this team does. Obviously, they really don't do the best in these tournaments, but we'll see. You know, they obviously got to get some more commits on here. But we'll see how good this team actually is, and you know, I'd be excited for them to make some noise in this tournament. Now, Team Israel, this is their 2nd World Baseball Classic. Their first one in 2017. They did a really good job. They actually surprised, I think, a lot of people. So I'm excited for this team. I feel like they're going to do really good this year, like they did in 2017. So excited to see this squad, how they perform. Obviously, their outfield's looking pretty good with Kevin Pillar and Jack Peterson, but definitely need some more hitters to commit on this squad. And you know, they got a decent amount of pitchers so far. Definitely need some more commits on this squad though. So Team Taiwan is up next. Excited to see this roster come together. If you guys don't know these Asian countries, this is like a massive tournament for them. So that's why they have a lot of commits. You know, they're hitters and pitchers like that. So everyone wants to play on these squads over there. So that's why it's a huge thing. And they already got a ton of people for it. If you guys didn't know, that's why Korea, Japan, all those countries were filled out like instantly. But yeah, this is another team obviously hosting. I think they're Group A they're hosting in their own stadium. So excited to see that for the first time. And, you know, we got a lot of players on here, a lot of guys I don't know that play in the Taiwanese Baseball League. I'll have to go check them out. We got 2 MLBers right there. Yeah, so a lot of guys I don't know. I'm definitely have to do some research on this squad to see how they actually are. But excited to see how they are, because I don't think a lot of people are going to expect much from this squad, but we'll see how they do. And, you know, if they perform pretty well, you know, it could be pretty big for the country. So next up is Team Panama. Obviously, they don't have that many commits so far, only a couple of guys. You know, we'll see how this squad does. We obviously need some more commits for me to give them a good rating. But yeah, they don't have that many compared to the qualifier roster. You know, obviously they're trying to get the best players from, you know, all the leagues and stuff. So we'll see how this squad comes together so far. So up next we got Great Britain. You know, obviously they're trying to get the best players from, you know, all the squads. That's why the qualifier teams, you know, a lot of those guys might not get to actually play for the real team just because they try to get the best players. But we got Jazz Chisholm on here. Excited to see him play. We also got Harry Ford, who I think is one of the Seattle prospects, so excited to see him play as well. But only got a couple guys so far, not much to really say about the squad, except I'm excited to see who they get though. So next up we got the Czech Republic. You know, obviously a shocking team to get in this tournament. Didn't think they were going to get in, thought they're going to get beat out, but they're back here again. They already got a lot of commits so far. We got one guy from the MLB and Eric Sogard from the Cubs, so shout out to him. And then yeah, a lot of guys from the country, so we got to check in the European League and see how the stats are for most of these guys, because I'm not sure really who they are or how to say most of their names. So gonna have to check that out a lot. But yeah, we'll see what team this puts together. We'll see if it's similar to their qualifier team, which I feel like it's going to be, but we'll wait and see for the Czech Republic. So next up, we got Team Australia. Only got 2 guys so far, so not really much to say about this squad, except they're going to need some more commits. So they've got about a month to figure it out on who's actually going to play for this squad. But once again, Australia's been like the worst team in the World Baseball Classic, so not really expecting much, to be honest. If they win a game, I'll be happy. So we'll see if they can get that done this year. So next up, we got Team Nicaragua. Excited to see how these guys are going to perform, obviously being one of those qualifying teams that we all thought they were going to get in. So see what the squad does. You know, I'm not sure who most of these guys are. Gonna have to do a lot of research, obviously, on some of these guys and some of these players. But they got a decent amount of commits so far. They just need a couple more hitters, and this team will be looking pretty good. But yeah, definitely have to do some research on this squad and a lot of squads as we go on into this tournament. Yeah, and Team China only got 1 guy so far, so they also not really that far yet. Only got 1 pitcher. So shout out to China. They're gonna have to get some more guys in here as well. Yeah, that's all the tentative rosters going into this tournament. So yeah, excited to see who's gonna come out of these all these rosters and stuff, because there's some pretty good ones so far, and a couple guys gotta do some research on, but we'll do that over the next couple months. But those are the tentative rosters. Shout out to Sean on Twitter. I'll pop his thing up right here. He's been covering all the rosters from reporters, the players themselves, and all those guys that saying they committed or want to play for their team. So shout out to him and making all the graphics and stuff. You know, he's a big help for trying to get all this information out. So yeah, here's the pools. If you guys don't remember, the pools are pretty stacked. Obviously, we got 5 teams in the pool. Only 2 of them are going to be able to get out. So yeah, it's going to be a battle in these pools. So we'll see who comes out on top, obviously. Yeah, going to be tough for a lot of these countries to get out of these pools, you know. So it's going to be hard. Only a couple teams are going to get out with this new format. So going to be tough. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Obviously, you know, shout out to Sean on Twitter for making this possible with all the cool graphics and all the rosters and stuff like that. So shout out to him for making it pretty easy. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Go check out my other socials down below in the description, my Twitter, my TikTok, and this YouTube channel. We'll be covering everything about the World Baseball Classic. And I'll see you guys in another video. Peace out, everyone.